Hello, I'm back, and welcome to 2026. This is gonna be your year, buddy, I believe in you. And while I've got your attention, let me quickly reiterate to your dumbass exactly what it is you're watching, despite the fact that you clicked on this video and or channel and should probably already know that. This is the Kelnoaks YouTube channel, a place full of goofs, gaffs, and the occasional documentary-style video. Tell me, dear viewer, might you be interested in things? Good, because I happen to make videos on things most of the time. Granted, sometimes I may happen to fail miserably at that concept, but overall I would like you to consider this channel to be a collection of highly researched, high-effort documentaries that analyze various facets of nerd culture and why they are all awesome and cool. Whether you actually consider it that is up to you, but let a man try. I would now like to thank you for watching and humbly ask you to take the monumental time out of your day that it would take to subscribe, so that next time I post one of these high-effort documentary episodes, you will see it. I would especially recommend doing that if you seem to be into horror, anime, or gaming. For no particular reason, definitely don't have videos coming out soon that are tangentially related to those topics. That would be ridiculous. Anyway, have a nice day. In case you were wondering, the video is over. You can go now. Like I've got things to do. I've got plans and stuff. I mean they're videos for you, so really you continuing to watch is only really causing you harm. So go. Okay, so I am aware that I haven't been around for the past couple months. I am also aware that I am small enough for nobody to really notice or care, and I am even aware that the number of people who do care is so small that this video probably won't get any views when it initially comes out. Just don't check the live chat replay if you want me to be proven right. But I do figure that even if the number of people who watch my videos, specifically for me, is like 3 people, then I owe those 3 people an explanation as to where I've been. Because I am definitely aware that those 3 people have given me enough of their time to deserve my respect. So, let me run you through the absolute travesty that was this YouTube channel's production pipeline from mid-November all the way up until December. Basically, after starting this channel up again in September, I've been wanting to experiment with my videos. Seeing what works, seeing how I can make these without breaking the bank, at a quality that I'm happy with, and in a somewhat timely fashion. So the entirety of last year was just supposed to be that experimental phase. But then the anime video happened. It got way more attention than I was expecting, which isn't a lot, but comparatively it is. And my expectations were already just really low, so that did just wow me. And it was fun too. I put a lot of time into researching, recording, and editing it, and I'm still fairly happy with the end result. And that really informed my brain that this was it. Even if I wasn't gonna make videos specifically on anime, I still wanted to have my stuff come out at a similar production value and level of quality to that. Which naturally caused a massive problem. Because I was on an already strained bi-weekly upload schedule, my reckless upscaling just caused me to not be able to get videos out on time. But I have now vowed to fix that. How, may you ask? Well, it's simple. I just don't release a video every 2 weeks anymore, because that's dumb and stupid and causes me to not sleep for a bit. Instead, the plan moving forward is to just upload monthly. Crazy that I'm only now thinking of this. This will allow me to make bigger videos, such as the anime video, more often, which somehow I think will be better for you as a viewer, and me as someone who likes having a sizable viewership. I did end up actually having to temporarily scrap that really big video that I was going on about in post, by the way. But don't worry, it's still coming out, especially considering that it's like 60% done, and you will be able to tell which one it is, by the way. I will also be continuing to use the posts tab to give you information on upcoming videos, so anyone who wasn't looking at that, that's fine, but the more you know, you know? Oh, and don't expect me to make original shorts anymore. I tried that for like 4 of them, and it was a frankly miserable experience. So, from this point on, just clips of the longer stuff. Anyway, a quick reward for those of you that have stuck around this long. Who wants to listen to me read YouTube comments of people that don't like me? Algorithm gods bless this man. Well, I immediately screwed that up. This guy's hair looks too mean for this video. Instant dislike. Get better hair. I actually got a haircut since I made that video. And also learn how to spell, idiot. You look like a good man. I just subbed and I'm wishing you luck, my ninja. Thanks? But also, please don't call me your ninja. That scares me a little bit. Yeah, so editor's note, I've literally just realized that that guy is subbing in the N-word, so, my bad, and I'm an idiot. I'm aware. Yo, I'm so stoked. Why? Well, this was not what I expected to see today. Again, why? It's almost as if this is a YouTube channel where YouTube videos come out sometimes. 15 minutes to tell us you're lazy. Could have spent that time playing Fortnite. You know, it's almost as if I know the person who left that comment and they know the videos I used to make that were Fortnite Let's Plays.
Well, that kinda sucks. That kinda sucks, my Willy.
Also, I find it funny that they watched 2 videos and then left 2 negative comments. Stop watching if you don't like it. I promise you, there are better ways to spend your time than just getting annoyed on the internet. Go for a walk in the morning before work and get some sun. Sure, for 1/3 of the year, I'll get up an hour early and get sun first. I don't really understand the actual meaning of this comment, but what I'm assuming is that it's in reference to, in the science of being lazy, I suggested going for a walk in the morning because it helps wake your brain up. Basically, you don't have to follow that advice. I do understand that everyone has, like, varying circumstances for exactly what you can get away with the time you have. Do you? But, like, the advice I gave isn't terrible. It's also not coming from a scientist or a qualified professional, so take it with a heap of salt, maybe. Which I actually appreciate this comment for. Taking my advice with a massive heap of salt. Cinema. Thanks, man. Cal, video good. Also, thanks, but, why are you a caveman? Also, I don't know why, this is completely irrational. There's just something about a YouTube comment which uses my first name that just, like, rubs me the wrong way. I don't know why. I don't have, like a reason for that. I just don't like it. I don't know, it's icky. Awesome video, really well put together. Love the style as well. Already hit like when you changed the question to, why does it feel like we're getting lazier? This feels like such an accurate question right now. So when I made The Science of Being Lazy, it was actually the first video I ever made. It's not the first one that got released, but it's the first one I actually made. And the topic of the video is basically because I was very lazy at the time. Like, I wasn't really doing much, but I basically made the video to try and get myself out of this rut that I was in at the time. And even as I was doing it, I just came to the conclusion that it's like, I'm doing work, I'm doing something productive, but I still feel not great. So why is that? And that's where the whole question of, like, is it actually true that people are getting lazier, or is it just that it feels like we are? And yeah, no, I actually looked into it in the video, and yeah, it's a straight up lie that people are lazier now than previously in history. It's just not true. We're the same, if not better, depending on what metric or statistic you're looking at. I am tired of cinematic universes. I want single stories. I mean, yeah, there are a lot of people which see cinematic universes as like a novelty, and when that novelty wears off, they're just kind of sick of it. I don't exactly agree with that. I just think it might be worth, if you're going to do a cinematic universe, just to make a TV show. Because, like, if you look at the MCU, basically all that is a very long TV show with 2-hour episodes, you know? Whereas if you're going to make a movie, I would suggest doing single stories. I'm actually of the opinion that the general rule should probably be a TV show should have 5 seasons, and any movie series should just have 3 movies, and then that's it. Like, superhero trilogies off the top of my head, Spider-Man, Batman, great trilogies, a few notes maybe, but, like, overall, very good films. And also just, like, heavily beloved by many, many people. As opposed to, you know, some MCU movies which just get clowned on a lot. This is why I love being an Indiana Jones fan. The franchise is basically over, but also has the possibility to continue, thanks to the Great Circle. But doesn't need to, and is somehow still satisfying as a complete story. Less is more. Yeah, I was actually talking to one of my friends recently about a similar kind of concept, except that this was My Hero Academia and it was not like a massive Western media franchise. Basically what we were saying with My Hero Academia is now that the show has ended, they could make a 5th movie. And my friend didn't really want them to make a 5th movie, and I was like, well, I think that they could do it well, and if you don't like it, you can just ignore it, because the show's over. Like, you don't, like, it's not going to affect the show in any way, shape, or form. And I think you can apply that to Western franchises. So if you want to apply that concept, like Indiana Jones or Star Wars or something, you can do that. Like with Star Wars, for example, people just ignore the sequels entirely. They just pretend they don't exist, which they're perfectly justified in doing, to be fair. Marvel and DC Comics never ended, to be fair. Yeah, the thing with later franchises end is that I just believe that movies and TV shows, they just have an expiry date on them. You should just end them. Comics are a different medium, and they get rebooted all the time to stop, like, massively stagnating characters. Not that that fixes the problem, it's a very temporary solve, but they are overall just a different medium entirely. With movies and TV shows, you need to be a lot more deliberate with how you tell your stories, I feel, which includes, you know, maybe planning out in advance how you're gonna end the entire thing. A good example with a big franchise is the MCU. They planned out originally just the Infinity Saga, and then that was presumably just the end of it. And you can see very clearly in Endgame that that's just kind of the end. And then they kept going with it, which I just find incredibly unfortunate. I think if they're gonna do more Marvel movies, they should basically either do a soft reboot or a complete, like, Crisis on Infinite Earths level reboot. Because, you know, that's what the comics do, and it is maybe not the best solution, but it is a solution. And it's better than literally nothing, which is what we've currently got. Nothing wrong with a little retelling and new view on something we all love. But there are cases where it's flushed with nostalgia and not for storytelling. Like J.J. Abrams on Star Wars and James Gunn's Superman. True love on things versus getting money on things. Quality versus quantity. I might be projecting, but I'm assuming that J.J. Abrams on Star Wars and James Gunn's Superman are not being put into the same category, because I think that would just be wrong. I will give you that James Gunn's Superman uses the John Williams theme again, but I think that's the only thing I can think of where it's just playing off people's nostalgia for, like, the Christopher Reeve movies, for example. Whereas, like, J.J. Abrams, his entire trilogy was just a build-up to reminding you about Emperor Palpatine when he was cool. And considering, like, the whole versus part at the end of the comment, I'm assuming that my point is also your point. Or I guess you wrote the comment, so your point is my point. Or our point? Either way, I agree with what I just said. And I think it's just kind of dumb. And just have it, like, feed off of nostalgia. Because, like, that might work for the first 1 or 2 projects you put out, but that's not gonna be a recipe for long-term success. You need something new and original that's also good. Like, you need some of your own joie de vivre, you know? Like, if you harp on the same old concept for long enough, it's just gonna grow completely stale, and possibly even ruin the legacy of the original thing that you're adapting from. Unpopular opinion, but Obi-Wan, the Acolyte, Ahsoka, and Skeleton Crew aren't as bad as everyone says. I personally enjoyed them all. Just wait 20 years, and you will be the next generation of originals over prequels, while the new generation will just be the next generation of Star Wars as Star Wars. Honestly, maybe. Yeah, that could be true. However, despite my nostalgia for the prequels and how much I love those movies, I by no means think that they are good movies. Like, I like them, but they're not good. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, they're very poorly written, they're very poorly paced, like, the time skips are just annoying as hell. You basically need to watch an entire 7-season show to understand the story properly. They're 3 messes of movies, basically. But I love them a lot, and I would not trade them for anything. And I have a feeling that all of the shows that kids now are growing up with when it comes to Star Wars might be in a similar category. Everything but Andor, basically. I guess Andor's not really for kids anyway. But it's probably going to be a case of people will grow up with it, and then they'll have nostalgia for it, and they'll probably hold it very close to their heart. But hopefully, people can still look at it objectively and go, yeah, that's bad. It's not good. Like, the overall thing that people were saying when the prequels came out were that they were boring, right? They were filled with too much politics. And if you ask me my opinion on Ahsoka, I'd probably say something similar, minus the politics part. Oh wow, this is a long one. I think there are two distinct ways to experience nothing. Your brain is not doing any form of thought whatsoever, like after death. I think that the nothing of death is like going under general anesthetic, but not waking up in terms of conscious experience. Why you have surgery, I'm assuming that's supposed to say while, time appears to skip. You don't have that feeling of having slept like in the morning. In fact, I have awoken believing that they were still trying to drug me, and it hadn't happened yet. Well, that's actually quite interesting. I've never had surgery, so I wouldn't know. Your brain has thoughts, but there's no external stimuli. The seeing through your elbow, but also hearing through your elbow, etc. I think I can mostly approximate in an anechoic? Anechoic? I think I can mostly approximate in an anechoic chamber, but it has no caveats. You hear your breath and heartbeat, you feel sweat. Well, I don't know what an anechoic chamber is. Let me look that up. Anechoic chamber. I spelled it wrong. A room designed to absorb all sound, meaning without echo. Oh, okay. Basically, it's a room that is just 100% soundproof. That's pretty cool. The thing with the seeing out of your elbow thing is I think it's a valid point, but it's also difficult for some people to get. Like, in the video, when I was explaining it to Leo, he tried it and he didn't quite understand what I was going on about. I don't know if you asked him now if he would have changed his mind at all, but he definitely didn't get it at the time. As for being in what is basically a completely 100% soundproof room, that's just basically being deaf, which I guess is a type of nothing, just a lack of hearing, but yeah, that's basically what going deaf is like, I think. I don't know, I'm not deaf, so you'd need to ask a deaf person. Actually, that would be quite interesting. Asking people who are actually deprived of certain senses, like what it's like for them to try and use said senses, you know? That's annoying that I didn't include that in the actual video. That would have been actually quite a good segment.
Oh, whoops.
Okay. Yeah. To be fair, a video about nothing, which is the video that this comment is left under, is just kind of a weird one, you know? Basically, the way it was made was like, I came up with the title and I was like, I like the title, you know? Because it just sounds weird. It sounds like it could be the kind of thing that I would click on at like 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm like kind of sleep deprived and I'm like, what could this possibly be, you know? I think if I made it now, I'd probably put a lot more research into existentialism itself, but you know, it's just a really good probably title and thumbnail concept. It's a shame it didn't get any views, but it's yeah, the people who did watch it and did actually think about the stuff that I said did actually get something out of it, which I find surprising because I personally don't like that video. I basically just like the title and thumbnail. Oh god, it's another long one. If you want a serious understanding of death, you should smoke every psychedelic in my hallucination list about death. Last month I added dozens of amazing hallucinations on death to my hallucination list. These are the hallucinations that I use to develop my own understanding. Start hallucinating quality hallucinations. That is the way. The death analysis you get on social media is too shallow and too biased. Regardless of which side it is, you must smoke serious psychedelics. Don't do that. Unless you are going to be monitored by a professional or someone with a lot of experience, don't do psychedelics. That's a bad idea. And especially, do not do psychedelics because somebody in a YouTube comments section recommended it to you. Also, I have no idea what a hallucination list is, and who on social media is giving you biased views on death from either side? Like, either side of death? I don't know, man. It's pretty hard for dead people to use Instagram. Oh, we're moving on to, like, some of the nice ones now. Hell yeah. I'm here before this guy makes it. Thank you. Genuinely. I love when I get comments like this. It's really nice. And, I mean, technically I have made it, because I think when this comment was posted a month ago, I wasn't at 1,000 subs yet. Top 5 hottest Sonic characters. We made it to 1. We made it to 1 nice comment before we got to something that was just strange. But I guess while we're here, you know, I'll weigh in, I guess. In order of least hot to most hot, I'd say, don't worry, you've become my top 5 channels to watch when eating. That's the highest honor a YouTuber can achieve. W channel. It's comments like these which make me kind of regret just, like, not really posting for 2 months. It's just, like, some of you are so nice. thank you so much. That's not really that much of a response, but just like, what am I supposed to say except thank you? Oh, we're onto the anime video. No. Oh no. Fun fact, I saw an interview with the animator who designed Ariel in The Little Mermaid, and he was influenced by Ghibli films of the 1980s, and the character designs they showcased. That's kind of how art works. I know a lot of countries will like to say, like, no, all of our art has its own identity, and it's got nothing to do with any other country's art, but that's not really how it works. I like to believe that art is somewhat transcendent of borders in the way of having it just influence every other piece of art. Once somebody's seen it, once it's become widespread, it will just spread, and nobody can really stop that. I guess distributors can stop it, but you could always pirate stuff. I legally can't tell you to pirate stuff. This video pleasantly surprised me in the first half, but when the second half of the clip rolled around, it was just filled with misconceptions and weird half-true history, which just mentioned works that were popular in the West rather than stuff that was actually historically important for anime and its visual development. I mostly agree with this comment, actually. Basically, what happened with the anime video is that it was kind of a passion project of mine during the first half of me making it, but then basically what happened is I just got so sleep deprived and so fed up with working on it that I just wanted it to be over. I mean, the second half isn't bad. I disagree that there are any kind of misconceptions or half-true things in the video. Like, there's no misinformation or anything like that. It's just that it's not as well researched as the first half, and that's something to improve on. So, yeah, I admit that this comment is mostly right. Oh, I did get the date that Pearl Harbor happened just a year off for some reason. It happened in 1941. I said it happened in 1940, I think. Which is bad if you're making a video about history, but I promise you everything else is right. I checked it. Bro was looking at the beginning of animation and almost went back to Genesis. Yeah, I think I got a different comment that said that going as in-depth as I did with the beginning of animation as a whole was probably not necessary for the anime video, which I kind of agree with, but also at the same time, like, I'm really interested in that kind of stuff, you know? Like I think the context, even if it's not directly related to just the title and the thumbnail, I guess, is interesting enough to allow it to be included. I think anybody who's interested in the history of anime and kind of the development of visual styles over time should know about the development of animation as a whole, because it was never a specifically Western or Eastern thing. It was a global effort in special effects, and I think it's worth communicating that to people. But yeah, I do think it is actually quite comical in retrospect that I started the video off by just going back to like a I think it was like 5,000-year-old pot that you could rotate, and it would have like moving images on it if you like focused on the side of the bowl. That is not my bad, but that is quite weird in retrospect that I did that. Permit me, sir, to convey my most sincere commendations upon the singular excellence of this production, which, in its union of lucidity and profundity, of elegance and exactitude, may be said to exemplify the very ideal of enlightened discourse. The manner in which you unfold the more abstruse portions of your subject, not with the dry austerity of mere technical manual, but with the technical grace of one who has only mastered the matter, but has also considered its broader significations, is nothing short of admirable. Indeed, the harmonious interplay of your elegant narration and the accompanying visual accompaniments achieves a species of symphonic effect whereby intellect and imagination are held in equal captivation. Most remarkable of all, perhaps, is your rare ability to reconcile speculative abstraction with its palpable application in the realm of lived experience, thereby transmuting knowledge from a cold accumulation of facts into a veritable instrument of illumination. For such an endeavor, executed with both rigor and refinement, I tender my heartfelt gratitude, and I anticipate with the keenest expectation whatever future labors of yours may follow in so distinguished a vein. I like this guy. He seems like a cool guy to be friends with. Bro hate AOT, but solo leveling. Bro hate Bro, hate AOT but solo leveling. We're doomed, soldiers. I do know what this comment means. It's definitely in reference to the fact that I just like a show that presumably this person doesn't. Also, I don't hate Attack on Titan. I've heard it's very good, and I've seen the first episode since I was 10, and that was very good. I'll watch it at some point. Currently, I'm still making my way through My Hero Academia, because I'm just incredibly slow at watching things. But yeah, I'm definitely going to go back to Attack on Titan at some point. There were a lot of comments that I got on the anime video that were like, oh, you hate Attack on Titan, but you like solo leveling. Yeah, I like solo leveling. It was a very good jumping on point for me as a now anime fan. But I don't hate Attack on Titan. I think it's probably pretty good. I just haven't seen it since I was a child. And yeah, of course me as a child got scared of the big scary monster. I was a child. Thank you so much. I really needed this. I'm also going to save the video for later, in times I need to sleep. I'm going to bed now. Good night. Sounds nice. Apart from just, like, thanking you for your really nice comment, I want to point out quickly how much of a hypocrite I am. The last time I was asleep was 3 p.m. yesterday. And it is currently 11 o'clock in the morning, meaning I was up all of last night, and now I am recording this video, and, the amount of outtakes because I can't read properly are ungodly. Not with the dry austerity. Not with the dry austerity of mere technical manual.
Austerity.
So yeah, don't follow in my footsteps, just watch the video. It's very much a case of do as I say, not as I do, because I would like to be able to practice those things, but unfortunately, my brain won't let me. I'm actually just very bad at sleeping in general. That's why I made that video. Congratulations, your video has appeared on my algorithm. In regards to this comment, I would like to give a quick shout out to my friend who got annoyed at me the other day, because the sleep video appeared on his algorithm at like 6 a.m. after he just hadn't slept for the entire night. So yeah, I'm glad the title and thumbnail worked as intended. Fun fact, 100% of people who has ever gone without sleep has eventually died. I mean, I skipped sleep last night. I appear to be alive. I think I'm alive. But I guess if you mean like permanently? Yeah. I mean, if you really think about it, most dead people went without sleep for like maybe hours before they died. Suppose you've got to really admire people who die in their sleep for, I was about to say committing to the bit, that's not right. 7:12, I was so ready to start skipping forward. That's when I fake a sponsorship, by the way. Yeah, that was kind of a cheap bit of humor, but I like it. In general, I think the sleep video is the best written video that I've ever made. I wouldn't say it's the best overall. I still think that goes to the anime video, but it was a short one. I made it after the anime video, and it was like I think I really managed to nail the comedy in that one in general. So I'm very proud of the sleep video. I'm kind of disappointed that it didn't get that many views, but then again, you know, like I'm on a 1,000 sub channel. How many views am I expecting to get anyway? Watching this at 6 p.m. This is obviously an example of the opposite of my friend. I actually did get a few people who watched this video just like in the middle of the day. Like some of the clips that I posted on YouTube Shorts had comments that were just like, "Bro, I'm watching this at like 12 p.m. It's literally the middle of the day. I'm on my lunch break or something like that." And I just think that's funny. Like I understand the entire point of the video is to like try and convince you to go to sleep right there and then. But yeah, if you remove it from context, it's mildly comical, I would say. And that's all the comments. That's not all the comments. That's all the comments that I selected for the for this section. This is actually the first improvised section that I've done for this channel on my own. Because I have done improvised sections before, but one of them hasn't been released, and the other one was for a video about nothing, which nobody watched anyway. But yeah, if you like this style, inform me. I have a comments section, in case you didn't know. But yes, the whole point of this video was basically to say, I am back, I am listening to you, and I will be making bigger videos from this point on that will be posted less often, but the quality is supposedly going to go up, I hope. And I hope that you give me a second chance, and don't forget about me, because I didn't post for 2 months. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video, and if you like me as a person, please subscribe for upcoming episodes. I have mildly big plans for this year. I'm monetized now, which means I can start reinvesting into the channel, which is very nice, but I don't have the biggest of budgets, so I will leave it mildly big for now. I hope you all enjoyed watching, and have a nice day.